Hey, this is Pastor George with your Midday Motivation. Happy Wednesday to you. Every Wednesday in the month of February, I'll be highlighting an African-American hero that has directly impacted my life and is still making an impact in the world today in 2015. My first hero was born in a small community in Bessemer, Alabama called Martintown. He was born December the 3rd, 1952, and he's a graduate of Winona High School. He also went to Bessemer Tech Community College, where he majored in small engine repair. He gave his life to Christ at the age of 16, and he's been preaching the gospel since the age of 16. He's been married to my mother for 40 wonderful years. My father is my hero because I've learned 4 lessons from him. The first lesson I learned was resilience. In 1984, he lost his job, and I'll never forget that morning when I got up. I said, "Dad, why aren't you going to work?" He said, "Well, my company closed down and I don't have a job to go to." He began to learn a new trade on how to drive a bus. He took that trade of driving a bus to another company called Laidlaw, and years later, he became the general manager of the #1 transportation department for handicapped children in the city of Birmingham. Every fall, my father would take me to the Special Olympics, and I would work it, and he would tell me, "Never look down on a man unless you're willing to pick him up, and you have within you comeback power." The second lesson I learned from my father was how to dream. He would take me and my sisters, and we would go to the airport right there in Birmingham, and we would watch the planes take off. And he will look at those planes, and he'll look at me and he'll say, "Son, if something that big can go in the air, your dreams are never impossible." The third lesson I learned from my father, and this was a hard one, was excuses are never an option. You see, my father was born with a handicap, and for the most part of his young adult life, his young adolescent life, he was in a wheelchair. But he never allowed that to stop him or use that as an excuse from accomplishing his dream. The fourth and most important lesson I learned from my father is family. My dad used to tell me, and my sister can vouch for this, he would say, "The first time I met my dad, I was burying him. I never want you guys to ever say that about me. I want you guys to know me." And I am 38 years old, and he's been in my life for 38 years. He's currently serving as the associate pastor of Good Samaritan Church right there in Bessemer, Alabama. My mother and my father run an outreach ministry called Morning Glory, where they go out in the community and minister to the nursing home, feed the homeless, and go into shelters and minister to them out of their own pockets. My father, he is my hero, and he has totally made an impact in my life and is making an impact today. God bless you. We'll see you on Friday.